Hello, welcome to the Porter House. I'm Berkeley and would like to tell you a little bit about Edwin and Caroline Porter, who built this house, and highlight some of the features of this beautiful old house. First, come in the front door and rest a few moments. Look around and enjoy the warm parquet floors, the beamed ceilings, Victorian woodwork, fireplace, and prairie-style art glass windows in the great room. Note that it's a sunken room, with 3 steps up to either the dining room or kitchen hallway, innovated for its time. Imagine Edwin hanging his hat in the foyer, just home from New York City. Edwin was born in Connellsville in Fayette County, Pennsylvania in 1870. He married Caroline Rittinger, a Somerset girl, in 1892 in Cumberland, Maryland. Caroline's parents, John Adam and Harriet Schaefer Rittinger, owned the house on this site prior to the building of this house after 1922. Edwin is best known as a producer of silent films. He worked for the Thomas Edison Company in New York City. He really advanced cinematography from the first very short moving picture clips to more lengthy films that told a story. A few of his films include The Great Train Robbery, Jack and the Beanstalk, and The Life of an American Fireman. He developed techniques like dissolves and cross-cutting of scenes. Although he and Caroline spent most of their time working in New York, imagine their respites and vacation time spent in this house in Somerset. President McKinley's brother Abner lived just up the street, and Edwin had filmed the president. In fact, President McKinley was the very first president of whom we have a moving picture. Is that a coincidence or what? The beautiful old McKinley house has been razed years ago, but this one remains. Now come with me into the dining room and note the beautiful wood-paneled walls and columns. The previous owner had started painting the wood white. This was commonly done in the 1960s and 70s when darker Victorian woodwork fell out of vogue. When my father toured the house before purchasing it, he fell in love with it and asked that all painting be stopped, so you can see exactly where they stopped. They'd completed the dining room and the sun porch. Note the columns and wood patterns repeat in the sunroom. The original ceiling light fixtures were made of alabaster and are original to the house, as are the mother-of-pearl light switches. Let's walk down the 3 steps back into the great room and back up the steps to the upstairs. As you turn the corner, note the wonderful bronze and Spelter sculpture lamp on the banister. This lady was made by H. F. Moreau, who made fine sculptures in France. He died in 1927. What a sweet Victorian touch! Notice, too, that the stained glass patterns in the stairway and second floor are more Art Nouveau and have a more Victorian flavor. At the top of the stairs, we'll turn left into the large master bedroom. It has a small dressing room to the left with sconces. It has its own full bath and a wall of lead glass windows that overlooks the main street into Somerset. This room has small matching stained glass windows in the closets overlooking the main street. There are 2 smaller bedrooms in the back of the house, one of which served as our office. But a very unusual feature is a hallway leading to a back second-floor sitting porch. Both bedrooms also have doors opening to the sitting porch. One has French doors. This sitting porch has since been closed in, but you can imagine reading or talking in this intimate spot overlooking the back courtyard in the 1930s. This house has a wonderful attic. It's large enough to sleep domestic help if needed, or to store trunks of old memories. It is also well appointed with windows opening on 3 sides and more storage in the walls. We'll leave the house by going down past the beautiful windows and Spelter lady and through the kitchen. You can see that Edwin and Caroline did not place a premium on cooking or eating at home. They were accustomed to dining in the fine restaurants of New York City. The kitchen is small and has now been extensively renovated by later owners. As we leave by the back door, note the double lead glass doors leading into the sunroom. Note, too, the unique green tile rooftops. Very few of these in Somerset. Edwin did not live to enjoy the house for a long time. He unfortunately died in Hotel Taft in New York City in 1941, just after returning from spending the winter in Miami, Florida. He was placed in the Conexo Cemetery in New York until Caroline could get a mausoleum built at Husband Cemetery, where he was later moved. Caroline followed him in 1948 and can be found with him in the mausoleum. Their only child, Mary, who lived less than 1 month, is buried beside her parents. They left no other heirs to this wonderful heritage.